8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2, 1.
Rogue One. One.
Hey, everybody.
That one is a very fun one. Hey, everybody. Wow. We've got Maria commented a long time ago. She was ready to go. Hey, Maria.
Maui
And
Mike
someone's
is back.
calling on the phone already, right when we go live, of course.
That's spam.
Maui Mark. Got James. Got Julie. Oh, James is giving a proper greeting here.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Yes. Oh, Maui Mark. You should go back and listen to our previous things we want to share on Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
I'm glad. Did you enjoy it? I know you're in that location, which is awesome. And Caitlin, who's having very good ideas of how Les Mis corresponds to Andor. Les Miserables and Andor correlate. All right, we're having a whole discussion. All right, Dan. Oh, and my parents. Hi, guys. Hey. Oh, and we do have the comments up. And yes, I have asked to see if we can edit this comment box to make it bigger because it's very small right here. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah.
Now, on your end out there, is it as small as it is here? If I blow up the screen,
I mean, if you're on a big screen, it's
big.
You'll be able to
But
read
it needs to be like when you live stream something, the
Yeah.
comments go all the way
It needs to
down
go-
like the screen.
Well, but you don't want to. I mean, I like how it's fading away before our faces, but it needs to be like
Yeah.
over here, and then
No, that'd be too
show
obstructive.
less comments. Well,
I like it in the side there, and the last couple of comments.
Yeah.
I like.
okay. Oh, and Mom loves our video of Hugh Jackman. We are gonna get to that.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
let's
make this
go ahead
Oh,
and
that's right. No.
start.
With and don't do it until we say the whole thing. Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna
All
let
right.
you do it this
We're
time.
gonna rehearse this
Okay.
as we do it.
Okay, you ready? Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna let you do it. We're gonna
things we
You already messed up. You already
Sorry,
messed
my
it up.
first day on the job. Okay, I'm sorry.
want to share.
Stop it. You messed. Now you can't go back to the beginning. I hope you know that. You messed it up. Are you ready for?
Things we want to share.
We have to say it first, and then you play it.
Oh, this is what
Are you ready?
a long day at work, but a lot of sun
Are you ready for?
equals not being able to control
Which
the
is why
video.
Which is why I usually control
Yes,
it. Me, I do. I control the technical.
Yes, the video button.
Things
I'll go in my timeout corner.
Okay, is everyone ready for
Things we want to share.
we want to share.
correctly because someone kept playing it.
How hard was that? Come on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, old Julie sums this up.
I was just wanting to. I just want to start the show, okay?
I know.
Who's this new guy? I'm sorry. Today's my first day.
We know. You guys are cracking
I
us
had
up.
a long day of the introduction and the preliminaries. So
Yes, you did.
yes,
Yes.
I'm just getting here now.
Yes, I had a little bit of a break. So okay.
See, Julie's just jumping to it. Like things we want to share.
Yeah.
Move on with it.
All right. So we are moving on. So what do we have to share today, Richard?
Oh, we want to share what we're talking about on this week's episode of Skywalking Through Neverland. No more of this taking a week off nonsense. This week we're talking with Anna Graves. And Anna Graves is just a bundle of joy, a bundle of energy. She's a voice actress, and she did a lot of voices on the Clone Wars, namely Satine Kryze.
Most notably, yes. And she talks about her recording sessions there.
Yes.
And some interesting insight into Darth Maul, which we did not know.
No, yeah. And Satine, she's the one that could have made Obi-Wan leave the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
That's how big of a character. So her character could have could led someone to leave the Jedi Order, and her character was involved in tipping off Order 66 prematurely.
And she's a Mandalorian as well. So
she's got a lot of big parts in the Clone Wars, and we were talking with her about the Clone Wars, and then we were talking about also her signing coming up on August the 8th. August the 8th, she's doing a signing in Frisco, Texas. And August the 8th is the day one of Rebel Scum Con in Texas. So our good friend Spencer Jowitz is putting together a really big Boonty E special edition where people come in, they sign autographs and sell books. We'll be there with our table.
Mm-hmm.
So
should be great.
Yeah. So she is just once again a bundle of fun.
Yeah, we had a great discussion. We had some questions planned for her, but the conversation just flowed really well.
Yeah.
She's just great. So that's going to be episode 519 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
And she really liked the fact that we did a lot of research.
Yes.
About things that she'd done. It's like, how'd you guys know about that? Like, we do our stuff.
Absolutely.
Fernando Zayas. Sorry, Fernando. I'm just going to pronounce your last name as Zayas from now on.
Oh, no.
Fernando Zayas is now in the house.
Woohoo. Okay.
All right. Then, so that's this week. Big episode with Anna Graves. Next week, we'll be talking Jaws.
And we have homework for you.
Yes.
For you guys.
So this is the 50th anniversary of Jaws. And since we are Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, and pop culture, this checks off the pop culture box.
It does. Plus, it's Spielberg. So it's all kind of in that Spielberg, Williams, George Lucas box that, we all grew up with.
Yeah. Third degree of. So we'll be talking about Jaws. Fernando loves Jaws. Caitlin loves Jaws. Julie says she's never seen. Oh my goodness.
Julie, watch it before next week's episode, okay? Because we're gonna spoil some things. I don't know if it can be spoiled at this point.
It's 50 years old.
Yeah.
If you don't know it already. Yeah, so we'll be joined by our good friend Mike Celestino, because he's the big Jaws fan, big Jaws fanatic. So we'll each go around with 3 things that everyone should know about Jaws.
Plus our personal stories as well.
Yes. Well, of course.
There's a shark. But yes, you have homework, because what we would like is we also want to make this show include you and your comments or thoughts or videos. So we'd love to hear your story of watching Jaws for the first time or how it affected your life. If it did, if you have a good story. And we'd love for you to record a video, horizontal, right? Horizontal
yes.
video. And then send it to us, share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. And I believe I have.
Yeah. And we also want to know which Jaws in the Jaws franchise you liked most. Was it Jaws, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, 3D, or Jaws 4, Jaws the Revenge? Which one of those did you like the best?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ooh, fun sharks. Shark emoji. Awesome. Okay. Yes, Julie. The idea of it traumatized me as a child.
That's the running theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So once again, and then please send them in by Sunday.
The 16th.
Yeah.
There's more. Yes, Dad. There's 4, right? Is it just 4?
There's just 4.
But there was a fun little nod in Back to the Future 2 when they go to the future, and it's like Jaws 39 coming off the billboard, and it like eats Marty as a pretend
directed by
thing.
Max Spielberg, Steven's son.
Yeah, which is a really funny little nod. So there's supposed to be 39 Jaws movies by 2015. I guess we didn't quite make it.
Oh, wait a minute. Maria, the first Jaws, the sequels were terrible. Did you not see Jaws the Revenge? This shark had a vengeance.
It was really funny.
Okay.
It was so funny because of that.
This Jaws actually got a ticket on a cruise liner, went from Cape Cod down to Florida to exact revenge on Michael Caine, because Michael Caine was with Roy Scheider's wife.
Oh.
Well, Roy Scheider, Brody, spoiler, died. And I'm not sure how much movie. So Jaws is like, nuh-uh, Brody, I got you back. I've got you back. I'm going to go eat this Michael Caine guy. And apparently Michael Caine did this movie because he needed the money.
I mean, and it's bad, but it's fun. It's fun bad.
Yeah, we'll devote a little time at the end of the episode to talk about the movie, the sequels.
Okay. Well, the point is, we want your stories. Send them in.
by June. Put this in the thing. By June 15th.
Okay.
Let's say June 16th. Okay, a week from today.
Okay.
Okay, so we want your videos on your thoughts on Jaws. You can say anything. If you like the merchandise, the toys, then
Yeah.
put that in there. Whatever you want to do, and make it up to a minute, and send it on in to share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. And if you like me, and if you like Jaws, the Revenge the best, well, you know what? Climb on board.
There you go. I'll have that running.
All right, good.
Okay.
Oh yes, this will be. See, we didn't want to do it on National Kiss a Wookiee Day, so we thought, okay, let's have them send it in by the next day because National Wookiee Day is a big day. So you know, we don't want to get forgotten in there.
Indeed. Okay. Oh, but we do have something to share about Jaws.
Speaking of National Wookiee Day, June the 15th, National Kiss a Wookiee. I got your pen right over here. Oh, yes, going back to Jaws.
Okay, so we went to Universal Studios this week because they had a special AP event, annual pass holder like night. And we went. It was fun, but we got there and we were so excited because first of all, the Hollywood and Dine restaurant is now changed over to Amity Island Cafe. So they have lobster rolls, they have a vegan crab cake sandwich, which I tried. And they also had
the sipper.
Jaws sipper. Oh, let's turn it around.
There we go.
Because it's got the anniversary on it.
There we go.
Oh.
This is the big water tank that he swallows at the end of the movie.
Yep, spoilers.
And this is the cause of his demise.
Yes.
There, Jaws 50th anniversary.
And it's very cute. Yeah, you turn it, clockwise, and it pops out. It's a water bottle.
It's a small water bottle.
It is. It pops up. You can fill it up with all the water bottles there.
Maybe bigger than I thought.
It is. It's a proper water bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, not the giant size, but a good medium-sized water bottle. And one of the things I think is really cool is this rope. It looks like a rope, like, you know, one of those itchy ropes, but because they know people will be wearing it around their necks and things, this is actually made of some kind of nylon that has been waxed and put together, and it's just very, very comfy. It's like nylon material, very soft and smooth. And so they did a really nice job on the design of this. And it has this little, like a floaty thing, you know, like it's just so cute.
You know, I could watch a whole series based on this guy right here. It's like Baby Shark.
So we had to get him, and he's got a coveted spot in our living room.
Yeah, someone said that they didn't want to get this because it looks too cartoony.
Yeah.
If it looked too real, because there's a lot of Jaws merchandise that looks like a real shark, and that's no fun.
That's no fun. This is the cutest.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Yes.
Jaws shark.
Dan, they knocked it out of the park with this design. Very, very good.
And they teased this a long time ago. So we've been to Universal a couple times and have been looking for this. Oh, and one thing to note, we went there around 12:30ish and got this right away at the cafe. Later on at night, we went there in the evening and they had sold out of these, at least at the cafe.
Well, we've been seeing this on social media for about 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew that everyone wanted them, and we were right. Everyone did want them, and they sold out very quickly.
But there are still, I'm sure they're going to get shipments in, and there were some available in the shop. So if you don't find them,
true.
If you don't find them at the eating places, restaurants and things, we did see like on City Walk itself, the shop in City Walk. So not even in the park, they had some of these available. Now, I don't think you get a drink with it, but
no. Glenn is asking if there's a shark hanging by a rope at Universal Studios. Yes, there is. It was behind a big construction wall.
Yes, because Mega Movie Summer isn't being unveiled until this Friday, I believe.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It was the AP night, which they should have just removed the wall. It's been out tons of times. We got tons of pictures by this shark, so we weren't too upset, but come on, just bring it on out.
We wanted to take a picture of that shark with this shark. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Caitlin is asking if there's a mama and a papa. It's only this baby shark.
Only the baby shark.
But they colored him wrong. He should be yellow.
Only baby shark. You know what? When I do face paint baby shark, it's blue.
It's not please yellow.
Because yellow is not a great face paint color. It just doesn't show up as nice.
I get it. All right. Trivia before the trivia.
Okay.
What is the shark's name in Jaws? What was his on-set name? the shark in Jaws. If you get this in the next minute, then we'll continue on with the show. If not, we're signing off. Wait, do we have pictures?
Of
Bruce says Dan Bars comes in. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, Julie came in first with
oh
Bruce.
oh okay.
And
Maria's joined us. Hi, Maria. What do we have pictures of? What?
Dan said it, and Maria says Ted. Bruce. Pictures up here
Of the shark? No,
of the things we did at Universal.
we do not,
Okay. Maria asks if there's gonna be
because we
a
didn't do a lot.
Jaws reboot. I think that's on the same level as doing a reboot of Star Wars. Like, no, you don't touch that.
Mm,
You don't touch that.
Mm.
But maybe we can do that, like a cross thing with Jaws and Sharknado.
okay. Shall we move on?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do a crossover episode? Jaws versus Sharknado? Those were good films, good high quality films that do not get the credit they deserve in the pop culture zeitgeist. Who's with me?
Are you ready? Ready for the next topic?
Fine. Maria says no.
Thank you, Maria.
What do you really mean, though?
Thank you. Okay. All right.
Yes. Okay. Now let's move on.
Moving on, because so on Thursday we were at Universal. On Friday we were across the freeway. We went to the Hollywood Bowl for opening night. I guess it was Saturday, but regardless, we went to opening night of the Hollywood Bowl with a lot of Skywalkers. There was 9 of us. It was really fun, and we saw someone I've been one bucket list item to see live in person. We saw Hugh Jackman at the Hollywood Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jackman.
Ah,
Yeah, so it was us. Julie and James were there.
yep.
And the Turkells were there, and
Mhm.
Bryn and Dave Scale.
And then our friend.
And our friend Bambi
Bambi.
Moe, who's been on
Bambi.
the show several times.
Yes, Hugh. Yay. Yeah, and so, oh my gosh, what a showman. But first of all, before we get there, so the opening night of the bowl, well, so if you guys ever want to go to the bowl, the park and ride is the way to go, because they've removed a huge lot of stacked parking at the bowl. And also, if you do manage to get a stacked parking lot spot, I think it's like $50 now to park. Yeah, it's like $40 or $50. So you don't want to do that. You want to pay $7 for the park and ride, and you can choose where it picks you up. So our bus,
their shuttle services
yes,
in the outlying Los Angeles area,
Mhm.
because you do not want to drive into Hollywood
No,
on Hollywood Bowl night. I used to live right around the corner from the Hollywood Bowl. Forget about getting home that night. It was just a madhouse.
Mhm. Yeah. So we.
So now what?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so this was the opening night of the Hollywood Bowl concert season.
Yes.
But tell everyone why Hugh Jackman was there.
Well, I mean, he was there. I guess they choose a special guest every opening night of the Hollywood Bowl, and so they happened to choose Hugh Jackman, and it fit in his schedule, and so he came.
Because he's doing a tour.
He is doing a tour. Okay.
He's
I
doing
didn't know if that was the reason, though.
Oh, they didn't just say, "Hey, Hugh, here's a guitar and sing some songs," okay? So he's, as we all know, he's a singer. He's done a lot of Broadway, done a lot of films,
Mhm.
and he is on tour with this show.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it wasn't just like, "Hey, let's get someone up here and have him do some songs," which is what I thought going in.
Okay, I didn't realize it. Is it? Did he do basically his show for the tour?
I don't. So like as Julie said, because Julie's the one who told me
Oh,
he's touring now.
okay.
So I guess he's touring with this show.
I mean,
thought
it would make sense.
it was like a one night thing,
Okay.
but apparently it's not.
Okay, great. Well, yes, he is a musician. In fact, Maria, I wouldn't have known that either, because my first exposure to Hugh Jackman was as Wolverine in the X-Men movies back in the 90s and early 2000s. And yes, it wasn't until I saw this production of Oklahoma that had been filmed where he was the main guy in Oklahoma, Curly, and he was amazing. He was like the best Curly I'd ever seen in my life, even better than the 1950s Oklahoma movie.
I think
that
he was
came out.
Mo, not Curly.
No, he was Curly.
I think he was maybe Larry.
Yes. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. And he actually teased that line right before he came out. It was fun.
So
Okay.
at the beginning of the show,
Yes.
beginning of the show was not Hugh.
Right. It was just the LA Phil Orchestra. And they played 3 big medleys for the first half of the Hollywood Bowl night. And so all of us were kind of like, okay, this is nice, but we
Bring
want
on
Hugh.
Hugh.
We want Hugh. Yeah. So they played like a Hollywood type piece composed by an alumni of Yola, which is the Youth Orchestra LA. And they had actually brought 18 members of the Youth Orchestra LA on stage to play with the orchestra. So you had the LA Phil Orchestra members switch out with the Yola members for 2 songs, one in the Hugh Jackman part and one for this kind of Hollywood type piece.
And these are high school kids in the youth orchestra of Los Angeles. They're like 15 to 18, and here they are. They're starting out at the Hollywood Bowl with Hugh Jackman. Where do you go from there? These kids are spoiled now.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. So then they played that. They also played a Music Man medley, which was fun because Hugh Jackman was in the music. He's in Broadway or was on Broadway recently as the Music Man, and playing Professor Harold Hill. And then also they played an X-Men X2 film score theme as a nod to his Wolverine roots. Oh yes. Do you want to put this on? You can go there. Go here. There you go. All right. So then we had the intermission, and then Hugh Jackman came on and basically proceeded to take over the concert.
Good Lord.
And
this man commanded the room. And he did he was fun, he was funny, he was personable. He continuously thanked the crew, the orchestra.
He paused at one moment and turned around and said, "All these people in black on the stage, this is the crew."
I think he even thanked the waiters, thanked the bus drivers. He thanked all of us. This man had it going on.
He did such a heartfelt thing at the end, like, "Thank you guys for being here," and being like, it almost made me cry. I was like, "Oh, this is okay, Hugh. You're to see you, man." Yeah, but he had such a very eclectic show. He came on stage playing this guitar, then mostly he sang, but at one point he played the piano and sang a song as well. So
this man's like a quadruple threat.
Yeah.
He can sing. He can dance. He was up there dancing. He can act, and he's a good showman.
He was.
I would even say the greatest showman.
Yeah, in fact, one of the songs they began with was "The Greatest Show" from The Greatest Showman. Of course, that's like such an opener.
Yeah, these 3 here are his backup.
Yeah.
These 3 here are his backup singers.
Yes.
The one on the far right looks like Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes.
Hera Syndulla.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and after the concert, she was like out there meddling with the people. Just like she was like one of us.
Well, we saw her and Shonda, I want to say, the one Shonda +1.
Yeah.
Because she's pregnant. So yeah, we saw them at the backstage door.
Like seconds after the show's over, they're outside trying to meet their family and trying to get to the crowd like no one's gonna recognize them.
Yeah.
Like you were just up on 50-foot jumbotrons.
Yeah, they were great. And this, okay.
That's Ryan Gosling to the very left. That's not him, but looks just like him.
That's a funny picture. So we had a great time.
Like,
wow, he's dancing.
Every shot is blurry because the guy would never stand still.
That's really funny. It's like, ghost Hugh.
Stand still so I can get a good shot.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah, it was so cool. So
this is the part that Norman's gonna like. This is when he was telling us all about his upcoming film
called Song Sung Blue. It's coming out this December 25th.
And he plays a Neil Diamond
impersonator.
And he's married to a Patsy Cline impersonator.
Who's played by Kate Hudson in the film.
Of course. Yeah. It's a rom-com. Of course it's going to be her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming on Christmas Day. So they put on this America vest.
And they sang Sweet Caroline.
And they sang America.
Mm-hmm. America. They sang Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, in America.
Did they sing America too?
That's why he's got the vest.
Oh, okay.
I would try to sing that, but I'm not going to.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. But he also threw in some. So I was expecting him to sing a lot of his Broadway themes, like Music Man, and he did sing that opening song to Music Man, where right here in River City, right here in River City. So he sang that one, and we got to be the the people singing in it. And
The choir.
the choir, he sang some stuff from Les Miserables, including the Jean Valjean soliloquy and Stars, which is sung by the other guy who's after Jean Valjean. And I'm sorry, I know those of you who are Les Mis super fans, I don't know. I mean, I've seen it a couple times, but it's very long. All right.
They're like, and very depressing.
Yes. So, and he sang 4 Greatest Showman songs. I was so happy. He sang A Million Dreams, or with his backup singers. And then he also sang The Other Side, which is my second favorite song from that musical. And that's a duet between him and Zac Efron in the film. And so I thought that possibly Zac Efron was going to come on stage. And it was funny because Hugh Jackman was like teasing someone to come on the stage. And I was all ready to scream. And it was one of his Broadway guys that he sings with that I didn't know who. It was still very excellent, but I was like all ready for Zac Efron to come on the stage.
Yeah, well, we all thought Ryan Reynolds was going to be there too. They would sing like the Backstreet Boys song.
Yes.
That would have brought the house down.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, this show was a 9.9. If they had done that, it would have been 9.10. And apparently, or unfortunately, there were no Wolverine references or anything having to do with Wolverine. That maybe if he had got the claws out.
No, there were a couple.
There were a couple of screenshots.
Yes.
And then at one point he did the Wolverine stance.
Yes.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing something or doing. They did it an X-Men 2 theme on the first part of the show. Do it with him and have him run around like Wolverine.
Yeah, but he did that stance at one point.
That doesn't really count.
I know. Okay. But so he threw in some really like left curveballs here. One of them was the theme to Arthur.
That one was really surprising.
When you get caught between the moon and New York City.
Now that was a really interesting story. The songwriter whose name I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
I want to say Burt Bacharach. He was on an airplane and they were coming into New York and something happened with ground control. They couldn't land, so they had to go around and around. The pilot was saying, for those of you who are on the left-hand side, take a look at the moon in New York City.
Right, Manhattan.
Look how pretty that is. He's like, oh, hold on. This is something. Moon and New York City.
Caught between the moon and New York City.
That's what he was. He was caught between the moon and New York City.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. So yeah, he told like little anecdotes in between each of these.
I'm just wondering why.
I don't know.
Why the theme to Arthur?
I don't know. It
was a great story, but just tell the story and move on. But I'm glad he did it. That was one of my highlights.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and then also he sang some Rat Pack songs. Frank Sinatra, "Fly Me to the Moon," "New York, New York," and he has the same range as Frank Sinatra. He sounded incredible. I was very impressed.
I liked him better than Frank Sinatra.
Me too.
Okay.
Better personality too.
Yeah.
And then he said, "What is this? I go to Rio."
I go to Rio.
Something with Rio, and he was like dancing. He was doing the samba, I think, and it was like, "Ooh."
I don't know the origins of that song, but Mike Nesmith did that song back in 1981.
Oh.
So I don't know if he was the original. I don't think so. I don't know.
Hold on. Julie's saying it's from The Boy from Oz is the theme to Arthur, I believe. I think that's what she's talking about. Yeah, it was. Yeah. You know it as the theme to Arthur, but
it is the theme that what's this Boy from Oz? I know he mentioned it a couple of times.
Okay. And then also, well, moving on before she gets back, but he sang, "Thank God I'm a Country Boy." So he sang some John Denver.
John Denver, yeah.
But he changed the lyrics to "Thank God I'm an Aussie Boy." And he's had like 6 verses with Aussie lyrics. It was really fun.
Oh, the show, The Boy from Oz, is a show about the guy who wrote the songs. Is that a movie? Is that a play?
I think it's probably a musical because we don't know it.
Okay.
We're not as big into Broadway as some other people. Oh, and then he sang Olivia Newton-John's song, "I Honestly Love You."
Well, she's Australian. I see that connection.
Yes.
But where... Okay, so as you can tell, there was a huge variety.
Yes.
Big variety, and it kept everyone on their toes because you never knew what he was going to do next. And he'd also come out into the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Not as far as we were, but different other levels. He'd be coming out and singing and taking people's hats and taking selfies and doing all the stuff that I wish that we were up closer if we had known.
Back to The Boy from Oz, and the theme to Arthur is written by Peter Allen. Peter Allen. And I Honestly Love You is also in The Boy from Oz. And apparently he won the Tony. Thank you, Julie, for keeping us up to date.
Caitlin says the Broadway musical. Okay.
Yeah. And let's see, he sang a song from Dear Evan Hansen, which made most of us cry. It was just about acceptance and love and accepting yourself. And wow, it was amazing. And then it ended with From Now On from The Greatest Showman, and I'm going to play a little of that right here. So hopefully you guys can see this. And there was the bowl finale, and there were fireworks.
For years and years, I chased and chased. Crazy speed, I'm always needing more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember all this was wrong. From now on, we go. Time will not fly by the lights. From now on, why wait until tomorrow starts tonight? It starts tonight. Then it promises we start. I can never be enough. From now on, from now for Celicia +1, for Lauren, for the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra, led by the one and only Thomas Wilkins.
And thank you, Julie. I think you took that video, so thank you.
And do you know what time that happened? At 10:30. 10:30 p.m. Do you know why we know that? Because the beginning of the show, he said we're gonna have a great time, but we're gonna go until 10:30.
Because we have a curfew.
We have a curfew.
A curfew.
There'll be none of these encores. At 10:30, drop the mic. You're on your way home.
I think it was 10:37.
It's 10:37 when he ended his waving goodbye and hugging everybody and left the stage. That song ended at 10:30 on the dot. He kept saying that like 3 or 4 times. Guys, we got like 3 more songs to go, and it's like 10:19 right now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you just want a feel good moment, if you know anything is getting you down, man, just watch that video. That was amazing.
Or just go see him in concert.
I did put a couple videos on our YouTube channel. I'll be putting a few more, and I'll have a playlist for Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, we didn't record the whole thing because we wanted, to be present and enjoy it.
A lot of videos.
We did, and we shared between all 9 of us. We have a lot of video. So yeah. So thank you, everyone. That was just amazing.
All right, now should we move on to the trivia portion of the show?
Yes, we shall. All right, this is where you take over.
All right, this trivia is in honor of the closing of Muppet Vision 3D at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida. Now, has anyone seen trivia? Trivia. Oh, James says trivia. Caitlin says trivia. You say yes, trivia. This is going to be on Muppets and Sesame Street. I think that's something that's pretty universal that everyone knows about Muppets and Sesame Street. So, and being in honor of this, Muppet Vision 3D is closing. Luckily, we were able to see this. We have the pictures that you loaded up here. We were able to Muppet 3D, the land that we were in. I give you the pictures this morning. We were there a couple of years ago, and 2022, and luckily we were able to see it for the last time there. But it was like very haunting. This whole area was like barren. It's at the end.
Do you have it on your phone?
Yeah, I gave it to you this morning. All right. It's 2022.
Oh, okay.
All right, well,
I'm sorry.
so we won't share those pictures.
Okay.
But I saw it many times. Says Glenn. And we used to have that here until they took it out a while ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
And they replaced it with something.
Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really like. So.
Yeah. Oh, Dan saw it in the last trip back in December. This was right up my alley. I love the fact that they had Muppet animatronics, including Waldorf and Statler, up in the box office, and the big what do you call it? The box up there.
Oh, yeah, the box seats.
Box seats, yes. So that was a lot of fun, and hopefully, now, did anyone ever see that rolling Bunsen honeydew thing that was rolling around Hollywood studios? It was something a couple of years ago. They were trying it out, and it was Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. And he'd roll around on this little mobile cart, and the Muppet that would talk to you. Glenn says they were bolted to their seats, Waldorf and Statler. Yeah, they couldn't leave. That's a good excuse. So they've got all the technology. They have everything right there. Like, now, Disney, use it. And when we just saw World of Color, it's all preceded with a fun Muppet intro. That's like 5 or 6 minutes long.
Yeah, and like it tells you not to jump into the bay.
Yeah, and it was I could have done with just that and been fine. And Disney gives us one Muppet thing and takes one away.
What? Bumpkin was rolling around in DCA.
DCA. I didn't know he was in DCA. I thought he was just at Hollywood Studios.
Wow.
And those poor penguins in the orchestra. Yeah. All right. So, are we ready?
Yes.
For some Muppet and Sesame Street trivia. Okay, so unlike last week, these will have multiple choice. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. In a 2017 interview, Cookie Monster revealed his first name. What was it? What did Cookie Monster say was his real first name? You can just put it in the letter. Is it A, Sully, B, Bob, C, Sid, or D, Charles? What is Cookie Monster's actual first name? A, Sully, B, Bob, C, Sid, D, Charles.
All right, A's and D's.
Maria says A.
Lots of people guessing D.
Caitlin says D.
Charles. Everyone says D.
Okay,
so no one got it right
yet. No one's gotten it right.
Submit your second guess. Sully,
A.
B, Bob, or C, Sid.
Or D, Charles.
Well,
you can guess again.
Yeah.
And the one who got it first is Maria. Maria got it right with C.
Maria.
And that is Sid.
Yes.
He said in 2017, they asked him, so what's your first name? He said Sid.
That's so
Never
random.
would have guessed that. All right, bonus cookie question. What is the name of Cookie Monster's British cousin?
Ooh.
Cookie Monster's British cousin. Think Cookie Monster, but think British. It gets all the hints that you get. And
This makes a lot of sense.
yes, it does. What would the British call Dan comes in with Biscuit,
It's
followed by Julie.
Biscuit Monster.
Biscuit Monster.
Biscuit Monster.
Biscuit.
Biscuit Monster.
Bis-
You have to say it right.
Okay.
Biscuit Monster.
But how would he say Biscuit Monster?
No, you say Biscuit Monster. Biscuit.
All right, but Caitlin really comes in first with Biscuit Monster,
Well, I said it.
as did Glenn.
So possibly you could have been influenced by me.
All right, so do you want to put in the
Yes.
divider? All right. Question number 2. What is the full name of the Muppet vampire character? The full name of the Muppet vampire character. Is it A, Count Von Count, B, Count Lugosi Bella, D, Dr. Count Vampire Stein, or D, the Count? What is the Count's full name? A, Count Von Count, B, Count Lugosi Bella, C, Dr. Count Vamperstein, or D, the Count?
All right, we've got a lot. I've got some A's, C, A, and it looks like James is the first one correct with Count Von Count.
Now, this was one of my favorite characters.
Did you know this?
I did. I never knew this before.
Did you guys know this?
Yeah. Did we just know this, or
That
were
his
we
name is
guessing?
Count Von Count.
Count Von Count just sounds like it should be right. Now, I front loaded this trivia with 2 of my favorite characters. I used to always love Cookie Monster.
Really?
Because he's big and blue and shaggy, and
Wasn't he green?
that's Oscar.
Oh, you're right.
Oscar is shaggy and green.
Okay.
And I loved vampires as a kid. I loved Dracula, so I got to throw in a count question.
James, I got 1 correct. Nice.
So were we just guessing that one? Guessing my favorite is Fozzie. Guessing I'm gonna guess it's guessing because that's not really knowledge that you would.
Julie said she knew.
Oh, she knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Number
Okay.
3. What show bridged the Muppets between Sesame Street and the Muppet Show? Here you have Sesame Street. Here you have the Muppet Show. And what was the show that bridged the two together? Was it A, Fraggle Rock, B, The Tonight Show, C, Saturday Night Live, or D, Muppets Tonight? There was a stepping stone in between Sesame Street and the Muppet Show.
Was it A, Fraggle Rock, B, Tonight Show, C, Saturday Night Live, or D, Muppets Tonight? Okay, we got some. Maria says B.
Maria says
Dan says D.
B, The Tonight Show. Glenn says Tonight Show.
Julie says C, Saturday Night Live.
And the first one to get it right is Julie
Julie.
Gildersleeve on Saturday Night Live.
That is correct. Good job.
Did you ever see these Muppet sketches on Saturday Night Live?
No.
They were terrible. They were.
Wait, did I see them?
They had. We saw yes, because after we saw Saturday Night, the movie,
Yeah.
based on the opening of Saturday Night Live, we
Oh
went
my
back
God.
and watched the first couple of
They were
episodes.
awful.
They had a beginning, and no middle, and no end.
Oh, they were awful. Yes.
Yeah, and
oh, Julie says only
usually,
from the document. Okay.
a character, the end of the sketch, one character would eat another.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was it.
it was weird because they weren't the Muppet characters you knew.
No.
They weren't any Sesame Street characters. There were these odd, like Fraggly type characters, I
Right.
would say, or even Skeksis, like kind of a precursor
Right.
to the how do you say?
Skeksis.
Skeksis.
And the Jim Henson wasn't able to write them. It was the SNL writers. Like, why are these guys writing sketches for our characters? We know them best. And oh my God, they were. It's after about 3 or 4 episodes, Jim said, "All right, we're good here. We're good."
Yeah.
All right.
Muppet monsters. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they were big,
Yeah.
nondescript monsters.
Okay, let me see. What number are we on? 4?
We are on number 4.
Okay.
All right, do you want to take this one?
Sure. In the Muppet movie, Kermit the Frog performs Rainbow Connection in a swamp. What other production was this location used? A. Dagobah Swamp in The Empire Strikes Back. B. Lagoon in Gilligan's Island. C. Jump the Shark Tank in Happy Days. Or D. Amityville in Jaws.
That should be Amity.
Amity?
Yeah.
Oh,
Amityville's
Amity
that's a whole
in
different
Jaws.
movie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The
So,
Amity location in Jaws.
so they use this Rainbow Connection swamp. What other production used this location? Dagobah Swamp in Empire Strikes Back. B. Lagoon in Gilligan's Island. C. Jump the Shark Tank in Happy Days. Or D. Amity in Jaws.
All right. Maria is guessing the
A.
Dagobah Swamp.
Mhm.
Dan is saying Lagoon and Gilligan's Island. Julie is saying
A bunch of people guess D.
D. Amityville. And
Amity.
I'll always say Amityville. All right, but the first person who gets it is
Dan.
Dan B.
This is the Lagoon in Gilligan's Island.
Now, it couldn't have been used in The Empire Strikes Back because Empire was shot in 79 and Muppet movie was shot in 78 and came out in 79.
Oh,
So it was beforehand.
okay.
Trick question there. But yeah, so they over in Hollywood, they had made this little swamp and it was shot the same studio that they shot Gilligan's Island. That blew my
Wow.
mind.
So now, was the Lagoon in Gilligan's Island first, and then Kermit the
Yes.
Frog performed
Yeah,
Rainbow
the Gilligan's
Connection?
Island, that was early 70s, late 60s, early 70s.
Oh, okay, because your question does kind of seem like Rainbow Connection was first, and then the swamp, like whoever filmed
Okay.
after. Just
Okay.
FYI.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I love those little production tidbits. And I was
Yeah.
reading an interview with Catherine Mullen, who was the assistant for Yoda, and also the assistant for Kermit the Frog, and she said, yeah, we were in the same lagoon as Gilligan's Island.
Aw,
And they even saw some of the old Gilligan props.
wow. And we want to say hi to Chad, who's joined us. We're doing
Hey.
trivia, Chad.
Hey, this is Sesame Street and Muppet Trivia.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're Moana.
Or Moana theme for no reason at all.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh,
Boop.
there you go.
Just for fun.
All right,
It's
number 5. What Sesame Street song made it to number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970? What Sesame Street song made it to number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970? That's a big goal.
Wow.
Is it C is for cookie?
That's
That's good
A.
enough for me.
That's
A. B, the Sesame Street theme. C, Rubber Ducky. Or D, Elmo's song. So
Oh.
which one of those songs made it to number 16, which is a pretty big feat
In
for
1970.
children's show? It wasn't necessarily a single.
So is it A, C is for cookie, B, Sesame Street theme, C, Rubber Ducky, or D, Elmo's song? Okay, James, you guessed twice. All right, so Dan, okay, a bunch of people saying C, and Dan was first.
With
C.
Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Do-do-do-do.
Aw.
You get an anthem. Lots of fun. A song by Ernie.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Whenever we got a little Rubber Ducky in our pool, whenever I see that, I always think of Rubber Ducky.
Aw.
This song was huge. Huge.
Back then?
Still is now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I do remember it. And yeah, I would have probably chosen Elmo and not thought that, yeah, Elmo was 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how does the Elmo song go?
Oh, la 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 Elmo song. La 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 Elmo song.
But that wasn't.
La 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 la. You got me singing. La 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 la.
Everyone in the group, you know their words.
This is the song. La 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 la. Sarah's song. Okay.
All right. Number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Don't you mean Elmo's World?
Oh, you know what? There's 2 different songs because there's an Elmo's World song. I was singing Elmo's song as a puppet show, and everyone else was singing Elmo's World. I'm like, what? So I guess that's the newer version.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
it's both, Caitlin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 6. What Muppet character was the first to appear regularly on network television? before this, they were all on PBS.
Oh.
So, what Muppet character was the first to appear regularly on network television? Was it A, Kermit the Frog, B, Miss Piggy, C, Rolf the Dog, or D, Oscar the Grouch? Was it A, Kermit, B, Piggy, C, Rolf, D, Oscar?
Okay, everyone, we're doing the letters A, B, C, or D. FYI.
Michael Corbett is in the group too.
Yeah.
Michael Corbett. just
Oh,
joined
hey,
us.
Michael. All right, and he is guessing Kermit, so A. Chad is saying Kermit. I would probably guess Kermit as well,
I would have guessed Kermit,
but
but
that is incorrect.
who is the first one? Oh,
was-
Dan, I'm so sorry. James beat you out with Rolf the Dog. And he appeared on the Jimmy Dean Show in 1963, which was the precursor to Saturday Night Live.
Wow, there was a Jimmy Dean show?
Jimmy Dean Show. But so it wasn't all the Muppets.
Okay.
It was just Rolf.
I love Rolf.
So
I think he's my favorite.
He's one of my favorites on the Muppet Show. Big brown fun
Well, he
dog.
plays the piano.
Yeah, and he just has this very cavalier attitude.
Not cavalier. No, he's like very go with the flow attitude.
That's cavalier.
No, cavalier is more like I don't care.
Okay.
Go with the flow as I care, but I'm
Yes.
not going to do anything to disturb the flow. I'm going with the flow.
Well, he doesn't care about the flow. He's just gonna go along with it. So earlier, one of the questions was what show bridged Sesame Street and the Muppet Show, and that was Saturday Night Live, but that was for all the Muppets.
Ah,
Or
okay.
a good amount. But this one here on Jimmy Dean was just one. So you had Rolf playing with Jimmy Dean.
Okay.
It was really funny because Rolf just looked like a big swatch, a big brown swatch. Because Rolf is pretty much a big lump. Head.
Yes. Maria's asking a good question here. Is Rolf the leader of the band?
No, that's Dr. Teeth.
Okay. And is Rolf considered part of the band?
Not really.
No, I wouldn't
See,
think so.
Yeah, when they're playing with the Muppet Show, they have the full orchestra.
Yeah.
That's where Rolf is.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
So Rolf is not part of
Dr. Teeth and the
Dr.
Muppet
Teeth,
Mayhem.
the Electric Mayhem
Yeah.
band with Animal, Janice, Zoot,
Yeah.
and Floyd.
Okay.
But there's just two different musicians.
Yeah.
There's the Electric Mayhem, and then there's Rolf who does his own solo act.
That's a good question, Maria. You got a lot of people answering you. That's good.
He's a dog that plays piano. Julie's good at coming up with like podcast names. The dog that plays piano. That's a good podcast name. I listen to that. Just play the piano. Plays it very well too.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one Muppeteer with his
Quite
head
impressive.
and a keyboardist coming up there with his fingers, and
That's impressive.
that's extremely impressive. Trying to do anything with mitts on, very, very impressive. All right, let's go now to number 7.
7. Okay.
All right, you want to take this one?
Sure. Who was the first guest host on the 1976 premiere of The Muppet Show? Was it A, Paul Williams, B, Joel Grey, C, Rita Moreno, or D, Steve Martin? First guest host on the 76 premiere of The Muppet Show, A, Paul Williams, B, Joel Grey, C, Rita Moreno, or D, Steve Martin?
And
Wow, lots of eclectic answers here.
well, all over the board with this one.
Yeah. All right, looks like
It's time.
Julie and Michael were correct.
It's time to light the lights.
It is
It's
B,
time to
Joel,
announce the winner,
who I messed up.
who was Julie tonight. Bum bum bum. Yes, B, Joel Grey, the dad of who?
I don't know. Who's
Jennifer
Joel
Grey.
Oh.
Jennifer, don't put baby in a corner of gray.
Now, was Joel Grey on Broadway?
Yeah.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
That's
was
what I
a-
thought.
yeah, Broadway.
Wasn't he in
Jazz singer,
okay.
and he did
No, I'm
He did-
thinking of the role in the German
Sound of Music,
play. No, that's
Raiders of the
Austrian.
Lost Ark.
Never mind. Joel Grey,
Das
people
Boot.
will let me know. Silver Spoons, interesting. Okay. Cabaret, thank you. Cabaret. Didn't he do the main cabaret guy?
Yes.
That's what I would think. Okay. Rita Moreno, though, and her fever is like so iconic.
Yeah. So that's another series we tried to watch from the very start.
We got like a good portion through.
We got like a season and a half. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
And then
And
we
I
fell
still want to
out.
go back and watch it because you can see with every like 8th episode they find another groove, and another groove, and another groove.
Yeah.
And some of those guest stars like, oh, what? And I know there were a lot. The hosts were for the adults, Muppets for the kid. That way they can get that cross audience. But I remember watching sometimes like, who's Bob Hope? Who's this guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like this guy's not funny.
And those dance scenes just kill me.
Yeah. But once I think after the second season, it's hard to hit their stride and get guests that the kids will know.
Well, we started jumping around at that point. Like we went to the Mark Hamill episode.
Yeah,
Went to the Rita Moreno one.
and the Linda Carter episode. I don't think I've ever seen the last episode. I couldn't even tell you.
Oh.
Ooh, gotta look into that.
Okay.
All right,
What are we
let's
on?
go
Number
to
8?
number 8 of 10.
Okay, excellent. Here we go.
No,
Take it away.
wait, what? Michael Corbett? What is my kids hated Muppet Vision 3D until that's interesting. They hated Muppet Vision 3D until you showed them the Muppet Show. Then they loved it because there was all out of context. Like, who are these guys? Who's this bird?
Yeah.
What who are these two old guys in the box seats complaining about everything? Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Michael, did they know about the Muppets in any way? Like this came from something, or did they think that these characters originated in this attraction? Wow, I loved hearing about people's gateways.
Yeah.
Like most kids these days, their gateway into Star Wars is Lego.
Yeah. And before, the generation before was the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And Rebels were like big
Oh, very much
gateways.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, what
Yes.
is number 9?
You take it
didn't-
away.
no, they-
Number 8.
They
We're on
didn't
number
know
8.
them at all. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. What are they teaching in school?
Oh, Joel Higgins. Oh. All right.
Joel Higgins, yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Number 8. Go to 8.
Okay, hold on. Aaron Gray. Oof. She's from Buck Rogers and then Silver Spoons. I'll show you pictures later.
Okay.
All right, number 8. What do I want to put? Oh, you did.
I did.
Gonzo's species has always been up for debate. However, it was revealed in his first appearance on the Great Santa Claus Switch in 1970 as a what? In the Great Santa Claus Switch, Gonzo reveals his species.
It's
And,
like Yoda.
and after that, no one knew what he was. Even Muppets from Outer Space, like, oh, okay, he's an alien, but they kind of withdrew from that.
All right. So what are the?
Oh, sorry. The A is a frackle, B a kazook, C a snarl, or D Skeksis. Okay, Gonzo species: A frackle, B kazook, C snarl, or D Skeksis. I'm sure you know which one it isn't.
Whoa! Everyone's guessing B. Gazook.
Mm-mm-mm,
Which is incorrect. V. Maria.
V would.
No one's gotten it. V is
Oh.
for
Vendetta. That's good enough for me. Yeah. Fernando's guessing D.
Skeksis.
No one's gotten it right.
No. Can guess again.
C.
Okay, C.
No one's gotten it yet.
Oh.
No one's gotten
No.
it yet. Who's the first one? Who's the first one to get it? A. Frackle. B. Kazook. C. Snarl. D. Skeksis.
Oh.
Oh, and Glenn comes in with a frackle. He's
All right. So what is Santa Claus Switch?
it's
What-
a
what is this?
1970s TV movie, and this human says, "What are you?" He says, "I'm a frackle," and they just left it there. They just left it there.
I feel like in Muppet Babies he would have said something. So all the little babies would be, asking him, but I guess nobody cared.
Yeah.
He was the outsider.
Yeah, and you know what? Up until now, I never knew this. I never heard of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hidden way back then. Gonzo was like in a little briefcase. Open it up, Hey, what are you? I'm a Frackle.
Okay.
See, are we all learning something tonight?
I'm definitely learning a lot.
Okay.
I'm a Muppet. Like, I like the Muppets, but I wouldn't consider myself a big Muppet fan.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
See, chat says that tracks Fraggle Rock.
Yeah,
This
Frackle
is Frackle.
with Frackle. But yeah, yeah.
And Julie says, pretty sure he is
I don't know what that means.
an emoji. What is that emoji?
I don't know. A bug? Alien?
I can't see.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Number 9.
Okay.
Number 9. What was the very first broadcast show to feature the Muppets? The very first broadcast show to feature the Muppets.
Is it A, Saturday Night Live, B, Sam and Friends, C, Sesame Street, or D, Kermit, Rolf and Friends? Is it A, Saturday Night Live, B, Sam and Friends, C, Sesame Street, or D, Kermit, Rolf and Friends? Okay. Oh, okay.
People are guessing turkey.
Oh no, yeah, he always says he's a turkey. That was her emoji.
Oh.
It's a turkey. It doesn't read here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think
All
people
right.
always assumed that he was a turkey.
Right. Okay, people were saying that. Okay, so but we got some guesses here, and only one person is correct so far.
2.
Oh, are they 2?
James and Dan.
Oh, did I? Oh, never mind.
All right, so it is B, Sam and Friends, and this was Jim Henson's first television venture called Sam and Friends. It was a puppet ensemble show that ran from 1955 to 1961 on a local NBC affiliate.
Wow.
Yeah.
In
So,
Washington, D.C.
yeah.
Oh, so here, read these fun facts here.
In addition to featuring the original version of Kermit the Frog, a wide array of early Muppets appeared on Sam and Friends, including Harry the Hipster, he needs to come back, Icky Gunk, and Pierre the French Rat.
Oh, I think that character kind of came back.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Wow.
So there's the Muppets, just kind of weaving in and out of pop culture.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I wonder who Sam was.
That's a good question.
Was it a Muppet character that looked like a person?
Yeah, you know what?
Hmm.
I will have to do that. No fair, that was ages ago.
Yes, but it's fun to learn
That's
some
like
history.
70 years ago now.
Holy buckets.
70 years ago. That's
What?
that's 70 ages.
That's crazy.
Wow. All right.
Number 10?
Number 10.
All right, final question, everyone. In 2021, Disney Plus premiered a Muppet special that was based on what attraction? Is it A, Pirates of the Caribbean, B, Star Tours, C, Muppet Vision 3D, or D, Haunted Mansion? Disney Plus premiered a special that was based on what attraction in 2021? A, Pirates of the Caribbean, B, Star Tours, C, Muppet Vision 3D, or D, Haunted Mansion. All right.
Caitlin's guessing 2 and 1. She's
Yeah.
guessing Haunted Mansion A. No, that's Pirates of the Caribbean.
But you know who got it first? Is the resident
Julie, the Gildersleeve.
That's right.
Got it right with number D, Haunted Mansion.
And many of you did. James, got Glenn, Dan, Caitlin, Chad. Awesome. Yay.
All right. Julie is saying
Oh, yeah.
he and I have matching green
Oh,
backgrounds.
not anymore, Julie. He changed. He still.
I still have my Halloween
your other
screensaver.
background. Hold on. I'll change it back. Here we go.
Oh,
You mean this one?
there we go.
That's what you mean.
Haunted Mansion.
That is the coolest.
All right, everyone. There you go. There you have it. So we want to remind everyone by next Monday, week from today, send in your Jaws videos. Look at right there. Your
So if you have a story,
if you have something to say about Jaws, want to just talk Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws the Revenge, anything Jaws, please let us know. And how or if the movie affected you in any certain way.
I remember all this trivia, but not what I had for breakfast. Nice. That is funny.
So join us next week
Mhm.
when
Oh, next week, I think we're going to have to do it a different day
yes,
because we will be out.
we're seeing a preview of Elio,
Yeah.
which I'm excited. Michael Corbett has never seen Jaws.
Oh,
What?
well, neither had Julie.
And
So, okay, you guys got to do a watch before this next week because we're going to do a Jaws
Yeah.
and we're going to spoil things.
Okay. So Julie and Michael, there's
Yeah.
a special homework assignment for you two. We want you to watch Jaws. Okay, it's like an hour and like 28 minutes.
And give us
And
your
give us
initial thoughts.
Yes, and if it still holds up, if you still think this is a scary movie, if you watched it right now, did it scare you? Did it still have that same effect it did back in 1975? Let us know. We definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, and we'd love for you to record a little video, just a minute long or less, and send it in to share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com, and we can play it on our show.
Yes, please. Chad says he still
Oh.
has the shark hanging in San Francisco area. Oh,
Well, are they doing Mega Movie Summer over there in Orlando, Chad? Because that's the big thing that's starting this week. And they're
we
gonna
gotta-
celebrate Jaws. They're gonna celebrate Back to the Future. Like,
we got a hanging shark
Yeah.
over here too. And last week when we did our AP night, we did the tram tour, and unfortunately, it's a working sound stage.
yeah,
So the
They
tram
do the
couldn't
sound.
the tram couldn't make any sound. We couldn't make any sound, so they had to have all the attractions without sound. So to see the shark, the whole scenario, the whole tableau,
Yeah,
without music, without sound effects, without anything, just having a shark go up to the tram, kind of swam by and left. This is a big credit to sound departments. Sound really does make a movie.
Dun,
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 dun, dun. Chat says he thinks so. All right, everyone. So we'll come back next week. And if
On-
you're just joining us for the first time, Chad and Michael, please come on back.
So we will either do it Sunday. Oh, that's Father's Day. Or, well, should we do it on Father's Day? Maybe a little earlier, like at 4?
Yeah. What do you
So-
think? If we do this
A
next
live
week
stream.
at
Yeah.
4, at 7:30, we're
Or
seeing
5.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Yeah. It's a good father's movie.
Or we could do it Tuesday, but I think it would have to be, well, we might be able to do it by 6, but maybe give us a breather at 6:30 or so. Yes. But yeah, not earlier. So.
Send you a movie also. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but you want to ask people what they thought of the Muppets trivia?
Oh, yeah. So what'd you think of the Muppets trivia? This would be a standalone, and I don't really like to do like a standalone category, but I think Muppets and Sesame Street, they warrant that. So what do you think of this? Were the questions too hard, too easy, and in the middle? We like to know. So you are our beta testers.
I think they were pretty nice in the middle.
Yeah, there's some
Just
I want to work.
Yeah.
I got to finesse. I wrote this and I can tell I didn't finesse it.
Okay.
Like the Muppets trivia.
Obscure. Okay. But were they too hard or were they interesting because you learned something? That's always a good measure.
Yeah.
They were fun, even if I really didn't know a lot. Yeah. That's how I always am with trivia. It's like, well, I'll guess, but.
Yeah. And at the end, it's like, oh, I didn't. For me, if I just not know a trivia answer, but yet I learned a fun fact, I'm good. I am good. The finest wine of Idaho.
Is that a reference? I don't know. Okay.
All right.
All right. So look for our live stream. Like we'll schedule one either for Sunday or for Tuesday this coming week, depending on what happens. If work comes in, All right. Oh, it's a Muppet movie reference. Oh, okay.
That's the Steve Martin scene.
Oh,
because he
okay.
played the waiter.
You don't know the finest wine.
You like going to that movie. So Glenn thinks that a general audience would do worse.
Hmm.
But if we're doing this at like a convention, those people will know.
They're mostly
Yeah. And even if they don't know, they will still like Sam and Friends. I would have no idea. But if I heard Sam and Friends, it would ring a bell in my head. All right. Maria says she's looking forward to it.
yay.
All right. So once again, get on your homework, and then we will see you next week on I'm not allowed to touch this anymore.
Want to share.
On
Things we want to share. Bye, everybody.